Zombie apocalypse.
Welcome back, guys. Denny Dog here. This is episode 2 of our Subnautica Let's Play. Alright, loading into the world here. As I said yesterday, we will be going to Life Pod 3, which is right over here in the shallows. Let's head right there. Alright, so I haven't played it all, as I promised before. Still got my full inventory. See, everything's exactly the same. Now, let's head over here and see what's in this area. Today I'm thinking of trying to build, I will show you, the mobile vehicle bay right here. 1 titanium ingot, 1 lubricant, and 1 power cell. Then I'm also going to attempt to build the Seamoth in this episode. I'm also going to be showing you the best fish to get for a stable food supply and water supply. Alright, this seems to be a sea guide fragment. We do not need that. Is there an entrance? Yes, there is. Ooh, we got a PDA and a data box. So this is the data box, as I was saying about. Click it, and it will give you the blueprints. This one was a compass, but it will give you the blueprints to, usually it is a very useful item. So we have a full inventory, so I'm going to go back here. And I am going to put stuff into my chest or container that is already in my life pod. So before we actually go there, let's see what you need for a compass. Compass, copper wire and wiring kit. Copper wire is 2 copper and a wiring kit's 2 silver. So right now I'm going to be going back to my life pod. Then I'll show you the best fish for a stable food and water supply. And then I will build the Seamoth and mobile vehicle bay. So the best fish in the early game to get are peepers for food. So there's a peeper, they have those big eyes, they're very easy to see. And then the best fish for water for the entire game pretty much is the bladder fish. Now they are like blue shapeless blobs. They're somewhat easy to come across. Here's one. This is a bladder fish. So these guys right here, they're purplish, they look like that. They are great for water. So let's get 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's get another peeper. Let's get this peeper right here. There we go, peeper. Now we will go back here. And what's cool, you can actually craft food in the life pod fabricator right here. And 1 bladder fish gives you water, a 6-ounce glass of filtered water. So I'm just going to make all 3. And then this, you can craft a cooked peeper. Ooh, we have also a spade fish, it looks like. We might as well make that. So, craft all these up, and then we'll eat them all. So, each water gives you 20 H2O, so water. Bam, now we have 100. It's cooked peeper, and then here's a cooked spade fish. And then we'll save this cooked peeper and this nutrient block because I'm already at over max hunger. Alright, so might as well get this med kit. Now we will be getting the stuff for the mobile vehicle bay. So we need titanium ingot, which is I believe 10 titanium. Yep, we have 1 so far. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there it is. We already have that. So let's make that. Then we will also need lubricant. Now, lubricant is creepvine seed cluster, those yellowish things. So we will go get that later, but let's see what a power cell is. So we need a power cell. Power cell is 2 batteries and 1 silicone rubber. So silicone rubber, I believe, is another creepvine seed cluster. So we'll need 2 creepvine seed clusters, clusters, sorry. Then we need 4 acid mushrooms and 2 copper. We have 2 copper and 2. Now all we need is 4 acid mushrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, all we need is 2 creep vine seed clusters, which I'll go get now. Now, when I get back to my crafting area, I'll show you a little trick for the batteries, which will help you a lot before you get the battery charger, and I'll show you why. So all we need is 2 of these. 1, 2. There we go. Now we might as well just pick up this. You hit it with your knife. That's how you get the creep vine. Right here, the creep vine samples. You can eat them, but they're not worth eating because the stuff that you can make with them is worth much more than 1 water point and then 3 food points. So you might as well, there's no point to eat them. So then we'll make, boom. Yeah, you also can do fiber mesh with that. That's what you use. Now we should have almost everything needed for this. Now we need the power cell. So that is 2 batteries. And we already have the silicone rubber. So before we make this, you can make this power cell with a battery that has 0 charge, 1 charge, all the way up to 100. So, and the power cell will still have full charge. So what you want to do, you want to trade out your batteries. You're like, let's say this is 33. Trade it out. Then let's see what this is at, 92. Let's see, this is at 92 as well. So we might as well just do this. Then we have a 9. Now to make the power cell, we have the silicone rubber that we made right here and a 33% battery and a 92. Those are not 100. So you would think that the power cell would not be at 100% charge, but it is. So now if you see, the power cell is 100%, 200 out of 200. So that's just a little trick that you can use. Oops, sorry, I gotta craft this. That's a little trick that you can use to save percentage on a battery. So then, boom, we can make it right there. Oops. Let's see it come in. Crafting, crafting, crafting. And then bam, we have it. So, how you deploy this, you put it into one of your hotbar slots. You go right here, 5, and then you right click and it releases it. So then you can climb it. And then here, you can see that you can craft the Seamoth. Now the Seamoth is a titanium ingot, a power cell, 2 glass, lubricant, and lead. So, let's go here. And let's see what we have so far in our life pod, and then we can just go out and adventure and see what else we have. So blueprints, Seamoth. We need 10 titanium. So let's get how much titanium do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that we need 1 lead, so we'll do that. And then also, 1 second. Here we go. Let's put the silver back. Oh, we have a little bit of gold. Might as well. We don't need that, so I'll put that back. Now, we'll need 6 titanium for the titanium ingot. We need 4 quartz, which I believe we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. We might as well just make the glass here. 1, 2. All right, so now we have the quartz. So we have the glass needed. All we need now is a power cell, a titanium ingot, and lubricant. So lubricant, again, is right here. Creepvine seed cluster. So we also need that titanium ingot. So you can mostly find, sorry, where is it? It's over here, I believe. So the best area to find metal salvages, those things that give you 4 titanium a pop, is either in the safe shallows or roughly near, in the safe shallows near this area, so just on like the edge, like how I just found that one, and then in the kelp forests. And the reason for that is the radio message. The reason why this is because, let's see if I can find it right here. So these things, they're called stalkers. They're like these big animals. They're kind of like sharks. See if I can find one right here. They will eat this metal, and then they have a 1 in 4 chance of dropping a tooth when they pick up the metal. Oh, here's one right here. So Stalker Tooth. You can make enameled glass with them, which is like a very strong part of glass. Very strong type of glass, which is used for later later game items slash vehicles. Plus, they do quite a lot of damage, but they are somewhat slow, so you can outrun them pretty easily with your Sea Glide as well as the Seamoth. So let's go get our radio message and let's see what else we need to make the Seamoth. Let's see what this says.
This is Officer Keen in Lightpod 19. The captain is gone. I have assumed command. The last thing the captain did was give me coordinates for dry land. We regroup 1.5 kilometers southwest of the crash site. Stay together and good luck. This message will now repeat.
Rendezvous coordinates corrupted.
Okay.
Transmission origin coordinates downloaded.
That's not good.
Signal location uploaded to
Alright.
PA.
This looks a little dangerous because this is 300 meters down. That's extremely deep. That's okay. That's a bit worrying. So now, let's see. Now we have the titanium ingot needed. Now we can make the lubricant, because we got that. So, lubricant. Let's see. We have the lubricant. Now all we need is a power cell. We remember how to make that. We need the 2 batteries. We already have the silicon rubber. So we need another 2 copper and then another 4 acid mushrooms. 1, 2. And then let's get these 4 acid mushrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now as you see, there's pretty much hundreds of acid mushrooms everywhere. So for a battery, they're extremely easy to make, and the only thing that you need to pretty much gather a ton of is the copper. Because copper is much more difficult to find compared to the acid mushrooms. It's not too difficult, but I mean, definitely could be a little easier. So we'll trade this out. Even though we're only saving a couple percent, it's better than not saving any percent. And then here, let's make boom. Now we should have everything needed for the Seamoth. Perfect. Now, you can't just craft the Seamoth in here. Like, see, this is the only stuff. You would think that it could be here because this is kind of like a vehicle, but no. That's why we crafted right here, the mobile vehicle bay. Now, the mobile vehicle bay, as I told you before, you can use it to craft 4 types of vehicles. The Seamoth, the Cyclops, which is a big submarine. As you can see, the Seamoth is kind of like a mini submarine. The prawn suit, which is, it's kind of like an exoskeleton suit that you can move around, and it has a very strong exoskeleton, so you can go extremely deep. Plus, the last and final one is the rocket, which is considered a vehicle because you have to craft it in the mobile vehicle bay, and that is obviously for the latest possible part of the game where you pretty much beat the game. But I won't say a lot about that until we actually get to that point. Alright, so now we're going to go to LifePod 19, Second Officer Keen's last broadcast location. So if you look to the top of the middle top of my screen, you can see that it says we're about 80 meters deep, and then 200 in yellow. That's how deep we can go before our Seamoth starts to collapse. So if you look in the bottom right, there's a little like wrench with a plus mark. That's our health. And if you see, then there's like a little lightning bolt, which is our power, and then there's the water temperature. So if that little, like, it's at like 40-ish now, if that number on the top middle of my screen falls below 200 or 200, every single, I think it's 2 to 3 seconds, your health will go down by 10. So it just went down by 9 since I crashed into that fish. But if that goes to 0, your Seamoth will explode and you won't have a Seamoth. So the reason why the Seamoth is so good is because you see I'm not losing oxygen even though I'm in the water. And I'm pretty deep too. Right now I'm 166 meters down, which is very deep. So, seems to be that it's right in this cave area. So, there we go. You don't want to go below 200. I'll just give a little demonstration on what's happened. So it was like, see, it just went down to 81. Now that's not good. It just went down by a full 10 in like a second. So you want to go up to roughly like 5 meters, just in case a little animal bumps into it and knocks it down a little bit.
Passing
You don't want to. Oh, right. Here we go. Now, this is the good stuff. So you can get a ruby, which is a pretty late game component. And then these things, the shale outcrops. They can either drop, what we just got there, diamond, lithium, or gold. Now, lithium is probably the best. I mean, it's arguably the best between diamond and gold is the worst out of those two. And here we go. Here's a gel sack. Now, rubies and gel sacks are used to craft aerogel, which is a very key, component in the late game. So we might as well just get all this stuff here. There's a lithium. Lithium is very important. So let's just go up to this. Let's go up to my Seamoth and get some oxygen. And then we'll go straight down and let's see what's inside that life pod. So let's go right down to the life pod. We'll collect stuff later. And it looks like this is a PDA. Let's click that. Here is a power cell charger fragment. Might as well get that. That looks pretty good. Then here, let's just get this gel sack before we go in. And here's a data box. Let's click that data box. Let's see what it gives us. Ultra high capacity tank. Now that's extremely good. I believe that gives you 225 seconds of oxygen, which adds 108 to your 135, which we have right now. Now that really helps. So that allows you to go super deep without needing to come up for air. So let's just collect some of these. We will not be coming across these for quite a while after this point, until about maybe roughly 30 minutes to an hour into the gameplay, unless you come back down here. So let's just keep going up and down until you pretty much gather most of the resources that you see. You don't have to gather everything, but this stuff is pretty rare and it's pretty important in the game, so you might as well grab as much stuff as you can. So there's a diamond again, copper. Here's some rubies, might as well get those. Okay, inventory full. So there's nothing really in my inventory that I can necessarily drop. Oh, I can drop these. So now it's rotten. If you see, minus is a bunch of stuff. But if you are willing to drop those, you might as well eat them, because there's no point to just drop them and waste them, as long as they're not rotten. Oops. That. Those are just some animals that come down here. If you see, they didn't do a lot of damage. They only did around 3. Alright, so if you see, I'm playing it very risky. So I'm at 17 oxygen and I'm like 100 meters away from this. But since we have the Sea Glide, I'm pretty confident that I can make it back. So it's gonna definitely get really close. We are down at about 2 to 0 oxygen. But we're still living. So I believe it takes about 5 to 7 seconds for if your oxygen reaches 0 to actually kill you. But what is cool about this game is that when you die, you don't lose everything. What you do, you lose like the new stuff that you got. Like if you look here, see all this stuff with the plus, you lose that, and then you lose like 5. Okay, my inventory is full. You lose like 5 extra items besides that. So now let's go right back up here, and let's go up a little bit just in case. Oops. And let's see what we got. So we got a ton of rubies, a ton of lithium. Well, we got 4 lithium, 4 diamonds, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rubies. That's extremely good. So let's see this. So we do not want to eat that because it says, see, old cooked peeper. It's old. So now it gives you, it actually, over time, it will decrease. Ooh. So this is the Aurora Rendezvous point. Now this is an island here. This is a floating island. Now what's important about this is that this is how you scan the multi-purpose room, which is a very important part in your base. And I'll show you why. So we can probably just enter right here and just get on. Oh, we got another radio message. Nice. So let's just look around this island. Now there is an abandoned base around in the middle of this island. And what I like to do, I like to go on top of this mountain so I can scan this little base up here, like the abandoned base up there, and then I can easily traverse my way down the mountain to get to the main base that's in the middle. So, just quickly go up here.
Local radiation readings suggest
Alright.
Critical state. Quantum depth.
So this, if sometimes so here's the abandoned base, that's the main one. But this island's actually impossible to climb because there's like a big drop here and like pretty much all around. So you can't actually get on top of that. But this base right here is identical to that one, so there's no point to get up there. Alright, inventory full, it's okay. Here's just some things. We might as well just scan some stuff. There's really no point to. But we might as well. Fern palm. Whatever. An indoor grow bed. This is very important to scan it so you can farm. Which is pretty much, once you're in the later game, when you have like a base, it's definitely the best source of food. Because there's absolutely so much of it and you don't have to leave your house. So there's a PDA. So let's read this data bank. Here's a voice log.
This is the first time I've seen sunlight in months. After all that time in the deep, I'd been dreaming of it. Now that I'm back here, I'm finding it hard to enjoy alone. Father was right. We should never have left this place. We shouldn't have gone so deep. They do not want us down there. Despite my best efforts, ill health is taking hold of me. The visions are getting worse. Marguerite and Father are now part of the ecosystem of this incredible planet. It's reassuring to know that when I go, I'll join them. Until then, well, there's always the view.
That was a little intimidating. So that was a little radio message. Now let's traverse down to this area now. This is the main base on this island. This is pretty much why we came here. We didn't come here for just some indoor grow bed and an observatory. We came here for this. So exterior grow bed, this is very important. Now, if you see here, this is a marble melon. Now that is really what you want. So it holds 4 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Titanium is pretty much the least. There we go. So now we have that. Now that is very important. So, boom. Now we also want that purple tablet. That is very important for all the alien bases that we'll come across at a point. So let's drop quartz this time actually. And let's pick that purple tablet up right there. Now we'll play a little animation. Right, now this is a stasis rifle. Ooh. Yeah. This is a stasis rifle fragment. This freezes stuff that attacks you. I believe it only works in the water, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, now here's the multi-purpose room. This is the main part of your base, so we're just going to scan this. As you see, it's taking quite a while to scan. It takes about 10 seconds. That's because it is just such a big and useful component in your Subnautica world. So then there's a little bulkhead here, which we might as well scan. This also takes a while to scan. It is quite big and quite important. So these things, they don't do a lot of damage, but you can get overwhelmed by them pretty easily. So you do want to hit them. You can hit them quite a lot. Alright, what is this? A battery? We don't really need that. Alright, let's pick up these PDAs. Let's see what's up here. A data box. Now let's see what this data box is. It is Ultra Glide fins. Now that's also very important. It allows you to swim 30% faster rather than your normal fins, which are 15% faster. So those are very important. Alright, so let's make ourselves back to my Seamoth and let's go back home. We got pretty much everything we needed. See, marble melon, plus 11 food and plus 11 water, or H2O if you will. Now that is very good, especially when you have like 18 of them, which is easy to get once you start farming. Now you do need to grow those plants indoors, like in your base, because they're not able to be grown outside, but these things are, the gel sacks are. Also, farming is very important because you can farm most plants in the game. So if there's this plant called a blood vine, which you get blood oil from, which is important in the late game. But that's not for a while. But that is so incredibly important because if you farm that, you don't need to go 700 meters down every single time that you need blood kelp. You can just go right outside of your base and you have it growing right there. That's why farming is so important. It saves a lot of time, plus it also is a great food source. So you might be seeing a lot of similarities of this game to Minecraft, but this is kind of just like a water version of Minecraft almost, instead of like a kind of world with forests and like deserts and all that. So there is biomes in this game, but the biomes are quite big. There's only like a couple types, and they don't repeat. So there's like the safe shallows, and then the safe shallows is only in one area. You can't find it anywhere else. So another quick, a very important piece of information is that this world is actually on a inactive volcano that has been inactive for thousands of years. And pretty much since it's been inactive, life has formed inside of it, and all this like erosion and cliffs and all that. So there's plants, coral, fish, resources, all that stuff, all because this volcano has been inactive for so long. So, ooh, that's a little bit of a glitch. Sometimes if you get out of your Seamoth, it does hurt you, but it is quite alright. So we do have 26 water, so I would say we could eat this, but we don't want to eat this because we want to use that to farm. So, do we have any extra water in here? No, we don't. So, let's go out and get some water, and then I'll show you how we're going to build those multi-purpose room and all of the buildings, or the habitat. Alright. Let's just make some water quickly. Alright. We're just going to do...
I said Kassar. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Alright, anyway. So, you might be... Before when I was in that cave, which was... right here, where is it? Sorry. Oh, my, beacon I have to put that back on. So, life pod, oh, it is on. Sorry. Where is it? Alright, anyway. So, if you realize when I was down in life pod 19, it said oxygen efficiency decreased because I was below 100 meters. And then it says oxygen efficiency decreased because, greatly decreased, because I was below 200 meters. Now, if you get this right here, that does not happen, but I'll let you listen to this.
These Altera ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS, help, they don't pick up. Aurora.
1 second. Let me just turn the volume up a little bit.
I'm out on the far side of the system. It's going to take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's gonna have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera. See what the long-range scans pick up in the meantime.
Alright. So you might be thinking, how can we build the multi-purpose room? Well, we can't build it here. There's no like area. So what you actually need, you need this. Where is it? Here, a habitat builder. So it's pretty self-explanatory for the name of it. You need a computer chip, wiring kit, and battery. So, oh yes, here's advanced materials, aerogel. That's the thing that I was talking about before. Anyway, so you need computer chip, which is 2 table coral samples, gold, and copper wire. So copper wire is 2 copper. We have 1 copper, and we need 1 more copper. So first of all, actually, let's put this here. Let's just put a bunch of stuff that we don't really need currently in here so we have inventory space. So, we need 4 this. We need, why can I never find this? Here it is. Computer chip, all right, wiring kit and battery. I believe we have the stuff for wiring kit, which is 2 silver, 1, 2. Let's make that right here. Or here it is. There we go. Now we also need a battery, which is 2 acid mushrooms, 1, 2. So let's make our 1 battery. Now we have the battery. Now all we need is a computer chip. Now, as we saw the computer chip before, we need 2. Now we need 2 copper because we just used that other 1 copper for the battery. We need 2 copper and 2 table coral samples. Now, table coral is very common as well. Not quite as common as acid mushrooms, but very common. You can find it growing, here's some, on the sides of like little cliffs. Ooh, has occurred.
Emergency. The quantum detonation
Oh no.
has occurred in the Aurora.
Let's watch this. Oh crap.
The reactor will reach a
Oh,
supercritical
no.
state in T-minus 10,
Oh.
9,
Oh no. Okay.
6,
Let's get on the top of this to watch. Or let's just watch.
3, 2.
Jesus. Alright, well that, oh. Crap, that. Okay then. That's not good. Oh, radiation. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, so when this exploded, it let out a huge wave of radiation, and it gives you blueprints for a radiation suit. So when you go, you will need to explore the Aurora. I'll do that next episode. But what you need to do, when you go near the Aurora, you need to craft a radiation suit, which is right there, or else you'll die of radiation poisoning. So we need the computer chip. Sorry, we still need that 2 copper. And we already looted all of the limestone outcrops in there, so we need to go here. Titanium, might as well pick it up. Now we also need, here we go, let's see. There's one copper. And then hopefully we can get lucky. And there's 2. We got pretty lucky there. Alright, so now let's make it back to our base. Back to our base. Which is right here. Now we have everything needed to craft the habitat builder. So electronics, boom. Oops, I misclicked. And then here's the habitat builder. Now all we need to do is go electronics. There we go. Tools and habitat builder. Ooh, we got blueprints for an advanced wiring kit, which is a wiring kit, 2 gold, and a computer chip. Got it. Alright, so now, this is very important. Let's pick a good base spot, which is probably just the most open area within, like, maybe 60 meters of your life pod, which is pretty much here. This looks pretty good. Now let's... Alright, so we need 2 more titanium for that. For the multi-purpose room. Let's see here what we get. Oh, this is a little floating one. It's 1 titanium. Now we can pick up here this. And now we have easily enough. So see how much titanium. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's like 2 over there. That's a ton of titanium. That's almost 30 titanium right there in just like a little bit. Alright, we got copper now. Might as well get this. More titanium. You can never have too much titanium, and you'll understand that once we start building the bigger things. There will be certain things where you need 30 titanium just for one item or one vehicle in the case that I'm thinking of right now. So let's make this titanium. And then also, you need quartz to make a solar panel, which gives you power. And that I'll show you how to make. So this was our little area that we picked. And let's build this multi-purpose room. So, let's go right here. There we go. what you also need, you need a hatch to get in, which is right here.
It may be prudent to separate
Hatch,
work
and then
leisure
also we
spaces to
need,
maximize
right here, we need one more
Treat
quartz.
this space as your home, but never forget that it is not.
Alright. There's another radio message. Let's see what this says.
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Alright, that sounded pretty important.
Approximate
So,
transmission
next,
origin
I'm
according
thinking
to
next
date.
episode I'm going to cover Life Pod 13. I'm going to cover, so Life Pod 13,
Primary systems online.
and then I believe, let's see, I believe Life Pod 6, oh, there's no blueprint for that. So yes, I've already done here. I'm going to turn that off because I already did there. Turn that off currently. And then I'm going to leave the Aurora rendezvous point, and I'm going to go to Life Pod 13 next time. So now, you on here, you see, there we go, my power is 34, 35, 36 out of 75. And in here you can build, you know, your fabricator, your radio, your indoor grow bed, your storage, more storage, medical kit fabricator, some miscellaneous, ladders, bioreactors, which is for some more power right here, some grow beds or some farming, and then here's all like the base pieces: compartment, observatory, hatch, window, reinforcement, all that good stuff. So that's the end of this video. Next video I will be covering Life Pod 13. 175 meters down, I can go there in my Seamoth. So that is the second episode of the Subnautica Uncut Let's Play. Today we got a ton of materials, including some late game stuff. We built our base. We got a ton of blueprints and data boxes for the ultra high capacity 2-tank ultra glide fins. We built the mobile vehicle bay and the Seamoth. Today was a very, very effective day, and I hope the next day / next video is just as effective. Alright, bye guys, see you next episode.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. She took the lean in the family. Credit cards in the sky.